What's up, Fit Fan? Welcome to Texas Bodybuilding News. I'm your host, Jason Martinez, IFBB Pro. Let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I graduated in 1999 with a BBA in Finance from the University of Texas San Antonio. And upon graduating, I moved back down to the Valley, working retail at the time, when I was approached by a gentleman by the name of Tony, local bodybuilder. Also worked at the gym, local gym that was a membership at. He suggested, hey, you do bodybuilding, you like fitness, you should start a personal training business. So I ended up starting a personal training business and did that, and did that for about a good, I would say, 2 years, 2.5 years. Grew to one of the top trainers back, in the Valley. It wasn't that many. There was at the time maybe handful that were really, really good trainers, very limited. I did that for a couple of years, and then I was approached by a gentleman to go to his gym, which was another gym. It was a high-end facility to run his personal training studio, and I was allowed to bring my clients and train my clients there as well. So it was a win-win for me. I helped him grow his personal training business with other trainers, and I had my clients, and I also grew my clientele. I worked there for about 2 years, and then I was approached by a gentleman, to maybe open my own facility here in my hometown, Mexico. So I jumped on board, started doing business planning, getting everything going, to get that business going. And in 2004, the UFC was born, Ultimate Fitness Center. We were the largest facility at the time, about 9,000 square feet. Then in 2010, we expanded to a bigger facility, about a 21,000 square feet facility. And in 2006, we had to make a decision to close and sell out our facility. At the same time, in 2015, I ended up opening up a smaller gym in Mercedes called The Grind. That's where I'm at right now. So come and give me a visit here, if you're interested. Let me give you, that's my, fitness, gym owner type of experience. I've been on the industry for that long. Let me give you a little bit of background on my bodybuilding career. My bodybuilding career kind of started back in 1998. I started doing some local shows. Got really into it. I loved it. Back then, there was no prep coach. There was no coaching. It was just all camaraderie, bodybuilders in the same gym, helping each other out. We would read fitness magazines to get ideas, and we would just experiment on our own. I really missed that, because back then it was a bodybuilding community that would help each other out. It's kind of changed throughout the years now. Now with social media and stuff like that, it's kind of done a lot of different changes into the industry. So I ended up getting into NPC sanctioned shows, I believe in 99, 2000. Did several shows. Back then, you could not do an open show unless you want a novice show, which was pretty interesting. I wish they would bring that back, because it does saturate the market. As people come in here and they do a true novice, open. Like that's the first show they're doing, and they're trying to do all three. Back then, as you're allowed to do only a novice, so you want your novice show, then you're allowed to do an open. And also, back then, it was only top two that would qualify for nationals. A lot of things have changed since then. So I did several local shows, state shows, won, plays, qualified for nationals. I ended up trying to see how I fit in the national ranks. Back then, we only had 3 classes. It was men's bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding, and figure. Those were the only 3 classes back then. And the pro shows, the national shows, it was usually, only the overall that would get the pro card. Or at the national level was the only show that each weight class would get the pro card. So in 2007, I decided, let me give the national, show a try. So we ended up doing junior nationals. I ended up getting 12th place there. And then a couple months later, we went to the Vegas to do the USA. So I ended up getting 10th there. This was in 2007. At the time, UFC was getting really, really busy for me, about stressful. I had to pull back the bodybuilding career and focus on my business. So I kind of took a big break. Then the comeback came in about 2012. I started helping local trainers kind of get into the bodybuilding scene. They wanted help for their prepping their shows, so I kind of was giving them advice and giving them help. 2013, kind of really got into the bug of I'm missing the pump to get back into bodybuilding itself, bodybuilding. And in 2014, I ended up doing a couple men's physique shows. Yeah, men's physique. Yeah, I know. But back then, it was kind of lean body, beach body look. Not big guys like there are now. So I gave it a try. But I'll tell you this, it wasn't for me. And gladly, I even had one of the head judges, promoter at the time, Bernadette, come up to me and tell me, "What are you doing? You're a bodybuilder. You don't belong in men's physique. Get back into bodybuilding if you're going to come back." And I was like, "But I lost a lot of my size. I don't have the size I had." She said, "Well, build it up." That's all it took. That motivated me to get back in the gym, pack on that muscle, pack on that weight, push that weight, everything and anything to get back into the bodybuilding scene. So 2014, I ended up doing 2 shows. I prepped myself, which was the Battle of the Bay. At the time, it was a regional qualifier. I ended up doing that one. I got 3rd in the heavyweights. And then I went to did Bill Heath and ended up getting 8th place on that one. But this, like I said, it was all me. I prepped myself after 7 years without doing any type of bodybuilding, kind of getting back in the scene. But then I told myself, look, if I'm going to do this right, I'm going to give myself 2 years. So I hit 40. Yes, I was a little older at the time. So I told myself, I'm gonna give myself 2 years, hire a real coach. Back then, they were already starting to have these prep coaches. And I ended up following one of my coaches, which Factory, on Instagram. And I loved how he prepped his people. They all came in conditioned as on point all the time. And funny thing is, when I went to the Olympia in 2014, I ran into him. We talked a little bit, and I kind of really got a good vibe of him about his aspect of training, his philosophies, and all that stuff. And I kind of said, this would probably be a good fit for me. So January 2015, gave him a holler, got him on board, and everything went from there. We went hard. Started January 15, we went hard. All the way to May, I ended up doing my first show. It was in El Paso. It was called Supplement Express Classic or something like that. I don't remember the full name. I ended up doing that show. I ended up getting 1st in light heavyweight. And I also qualified for nationals. We stayed on prep, all on board, all the way till December. And it was my first national show comeback. Remember, again, this was after 7 years. Kind of prepped myself for a year. Then finally got with my coach. And I ended up doing the nationals at 2015. I ended up getting 3rd in the middleweights. 3rd. 1 spot shy of that pro card. But it gave me that motivation saying that I do belong here. I can do something. And that's, gave me more motivation. Let's go. Let's keep going at it, So we kept on prepped all the way to 2016. We were deciding to do the North Americans in September as a warm-up show before we hit nationals again in December. But God willing, everything went good in September at the North Americans. I ended up getting my pro card. I won my class in the men's 40 plus middleweight and 3rd overall. I ended up getting my pro card. And 3 shows, again, after a 7-year layoff, my coach, 3 shows, got my pro card, And I made history here in the Valley of being the first men's IFBB Pro. Yeah. And I loved it. That gave me so much motivation to keep going and doing more, in the sport, And then I did a couple of pro shows after that, I did my first pro show in 2017. The Lou Ferrigno didn't place. 2018, I did the Classic Physiques. I got 3rd place in the San Antonio Classic. Tampa Pro, I did not place. 2019, I did the San Antonio Classic again, got 5th place. And then I did the Battle of Texas, and I ended up didn't place in that one. And I kind of just, took a little break, from the bodybuilding career and started focusing more on my online coaching and training my athletes in competition, So overall, everything, I got about a good 22 years experience in the fitness industry as a personal trainer, gym owner, and competitor, And my goal is to help others achieve that ultimate physique through overall transformation where even if they want to compete in bodybuilding. I can handle everybody and do everybody as long as they put the work in. I'm willing to help them out. Most people that know me know that my passion is fitness. So I kept thinking about how much more can I do, to give my knowledge and experience and passion of fitness, for the people. So that's where this is born, Texas Bodybuilding News. Texas Bodybuilding News is going to be a podcast focusing on overall health and fitness. Not only here in the South Texas Valley area, but our goal is to expand through the whole state of Texas. And we're going to have several segments. Our first segment will be one-on-one with Jason. We'll be doing interviewing with top pros from the Valley, Texas, top amateurs that are doing really good at the national levels. Keep an eye out. Any fitness influencers that are a big motivation down here in the Valley and Texas for health and fitness. We're also going to do a raw with Jason, where I'm just going to give my advice about supplementation, about nutrition, fitness tips, anything fitness related. I'm trying to also get a medical segment, local doctors, talking about health and overall wellness. And we want to do also business features. So if you own a health, fitness related type of business, food preps, supplement stores, local, corporate, not corporate gyms. I don't want to mess with corporate gyms, local gyms. We want to feature you guys in our podcast. And the other segment, our last segment, which I think is going to be pretty fun, I'm going to call it After Hours. It's going to be just anything goes. It's something, exciting, something new, something different. Get some good, people in here to just go on and just talk about overall, anything, So be sure to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Texas Bodybuilding News, for coaching. Check my website out, coachjasonmartinez.com, IG, Team Jack. So make sure you subscribe, click the bell button, notifications, and on the bottom, put a little bit of comment, like what you want to hear, what you want to, if you know anybody, pros, amateurs that you'd like us to interview, put their name on there so we can shoot them up, give them a message, so you get them in here into our podcast. Till next time, stay healthy, get that last rep in, and see you next time.